What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? No energy this morning. Sorry, guys. It is daylight savings times as we're recording this, and we're all, well, besides Steven, we're all dead right now. We're half asleep. We're like, I had to do it on a different day because Mr. Rex here is going out of town, leaving us
Oh, yeah.
behind.
Actually, I'm going to the States. I'm going
Where are you
shopping.
going?
I'm going Buffalo. We're gonna go hit the malls just near us out there.
Nice.
So I'm coming to
You're going to Southern
you guys.
Canada, bro?
Yeah, I'm going to Southern Canada. I'm going
Nice.
Canada, California 2.0.
There you go.
Wow.
It's like
Yeah.
is to Canadians going to Buffalo like the equivalent of like some California kids going to Mexico? Like you guys go over there for hood rat shit or just shopping?
You know what? I'll take that. I'll take that. That's a very good, accurate representation because it's so close and like you can get your passport, like it's easily accessible and but most of us here, like, we have Niagara Falls, and maybe it's I might be hypocritical here, but I feel that our side of the falls is a lot better than like Niagara Falls, like Buffalo or New York. So a lot of us really go down like to Niagara Falls, like the Canada side for like the casino. There's like a lot of amenities to do down there. And then on the other side is like the Sheridan, like the US side is like the Sheridan and then like their casino. And then I think it's the Rainbow Bridge that you could walk on. So I mean, really honestly, over on that side, it's really just like the shopping malls that are there, like an hour and a half just from there that are better, but it's kind of the same, like you were saying. Yeah.
Alright.
Not bad. Well, we
Well,
hope you have a good
Go
time
ahead, Christian.
shopping.
Introduce our topic because I already seen one that I just got triggered with that I want to add to this because fuck this show. But go ahead, Christian. The topic at hand.
This dude, fuck this show. You hear the way he talks about us? See? No love, Rex.
Crazy.
No, not this show. Not our show.
Okay, I was gonna say.
No.
Anyways, well, let's jump into it then, guys. Today's topic is: what is something that is normal today that won't be normal in 25 years? This comes from Steven. This was a great topic I thought that he did when he brought it up, and I just started thinking some of us talked to our spouses. I don't know if Rex talked to his spouse yet about it or not, but it was a great conversation. I got a couple of different ideas. So, we'll kind of just circle around. Everybody say, one thing that they think, and, we'll just keep going around. And we'll start with you, Steven, since you are the one that is the leader of this. What's one thing that is normal today that won't be normal in 25 years?
This is a little bit separate. I just seen that I got triggered. What's something that I hope is not around in 25 years is The Walking Fucking Dead. I hope that show no longer exists. It's not reincarnated. I'm sorry. I just seen something. I was like, it just came out. I'm like, how the fuck does this shit still? Also, Fast and the Furious movies, for the love of God. I know supposedly it's the last one. Hopefully they don't redo that shit. But anyways, back to the actual serious topic. I gotta go back to my notes.
He said Walking Dead. Rex had to cover his face because he's
one of the first ones that I thought of was stick shift cars. That's gonna be gone in 25 years. Like the premium that people are gonna have to pay for a manual transmission, well, at least in the developed world, anyways, is gonna be ridiculous.
Bro, I agree with you. I think the premium people are going to have to pay for gas cars is going to be ridiculous because I think within 25 years, the way it's going, because if I'm not mistaken, the EU has a thing that not the EU but the World Congress or whatever, I forgot what it's called. They have something that all cars have to be electric by 2040. So.
That was Spain started that not too long. They started that, and it was a good 25-year plan. Not like the way our automakers deal with.
So that's what I was saying. Like I agree with you. I think trying to get a gas-powered car The premium for that's going to be so expensive compared
In
to.
America, no, you guys are going to be running gas until you guys don't have gas and then start a war for gas.
No, America signed up with in
No,
the thing by 2040. They're part of. They're in it.
no,
Nah, they're
no,
pulling out
no,
already.
no. Future dystopia, cyberpunk. You guys are going to always have gas. Your electric, you will have electric vehicles for sure. You'll have your Teslas, the Priuses, all the EV, the new EV charger that's coming out, and it comes with a 4-door as well as the 2-door option. But nah, you guys are gonna blow somebody up for gas just so that you guys can
Oh,
run your
man, I don't
68s.
know. I don't
Hundred
know.
percent, 100%,
I
hundred
see. I
percent.
see the way car manufacturers are changing now, man. I
Car
don't know.
manufacturers are ass over here. BMW wants to do subscriptions for heated seats and ventilations.
Yeah, but I mean, look at Dodge, bro. They stopped. They changed their most famous gas car into an electric vehicle now.
You
Like,
right, you right,
that's what I'm
you
saying.
right,
Like, I don't know.
you right.
It's gonna be tough. That's a good one though. That's a good one,
But
Steven. I give you that
I
one.
also feel that they're kind of forcing their hand on every American company. Ford has the F-150. That's their staple car. You think of Ford trucks, it's the F-150. Now you
Yeah.
have the F-150 Lightning that is heavier than the diesel partnered. So they're like, here, you have to make a EV car, but you can still run your 2023 model, 22 model, your 20 model, 19. They're still going to be out on the street. They're not going to just stop those guys from running them, and
No,
they're
no,
not
no.
going to
But what
stop
I'm
the
saying
people
is
that
the
are,
future of the
yeah.
cars, though. Like,
No,
if
no,
they stop
I
making
get
them,
you.
that's what I'm saying. The gas premium to get a gas car, those premium cars that are still running, they're gonna be going like super expensive.
Yeah, I feel like gas cars are just gonna become like DeLoreans in the States. Like it's gonna be few far between. You're gonna have like 10 mechanics
Yeah.
that actually still do that. But
Listen,
yeah,
there's
I don't know. I
barely any
just feel that
mechanics that could repair cars now. Like it's sad when I go to a body shop and they're like, "Oh, just replace it because I don't know how to repair it." It's
yeah. I
it's
mean,
bad.
but it really depends on the vehicle too, because a lot of vehicles it's just easier to replace than repair. Like honest to God, it's just easier to replace than repair.
Yeah, no, I get that. Trust me. But I'm telling you, there's parts that I could go to a shop, that one shop, the old
Hmm.
tech's there, he could repair it. That same part, you go to a tech where he's new, like a newer, younger kid, bro, they replace it all day.
Hmm.
I see it all the time. It's so I'm like, bro, I just left the shop that said they could repair something like this, and you're saying you got to replace it? It makes no sense.
Hmm.
And they'd be like, well, I just
It,
don't know how to repair it. Like
it's also
it's sad.
it's also
The
the
days of
training.
repairing is going away.
Yeah, it's the training, right? It's
Yeah.
again, they're it's without name dropping, but the work I'm in um deals with vehicles, and those vehicles you can see like we have a tech that's been there 30 years, longer than I've been alive. And then you got new techs that are coming in, and it's the same thing. His training and the way that tech like the senior tech sees things is two different ways, and it's literally just because what the tech is being taught now is that this is what the automotive industry is doing. We have the part, don't need to do it, just order it, get it, throw it on there. Versus back in the day when there was limited amount of production on certain things, you more likely had to repair it, right? And it was just more cost efficient. But now it's more cost efficient to just replace then repair. You end up actually sending in what would have been repaired for warranty or whatever the case is, and then that gets repurposed into something else. But that's just what I've seen on my side of on that kind of sphere of like why newer techs is because around me they're being taught to just replace rather than repair.
All right, all right. Well, since you finished off that one, go ahead with the next one, sir. What is your one thing that you think is going to be obsolete, sir, in 25 years?
What I think is going to be obsolete in 25 years. Hmm. I think gender normalities or
Oh
what
my god.
or what we or
You
what we
triggered
Here
feel
him.
we
You triggered
go.
him.
or
Go ahead,
or what
Steven.
Here
we
we go.
or again, it's what we always feel, right? And then because we grow up going to be the majority, and then eventually you get old, and then your opinions then become the minority. So just with how I see things, I don't necessarily agree. I'm just spitballing at the back of my brain here before we get to Steven. But I just feel like that is something that's gonna there's and when people say like I can identify as a cat or identify as like there's gonna be less people out there to question it because they don't care and it doesn't bother them. So it just becomes normal because people are like, oh, whatever. If you want to, then that's your business then, right? More and then less about like putting stakes on a head about like, no, you're either male or female. That's how I just feel. But I see Steven put his hand up, so
Go ahead, Steven.
I don't want to give that topic too much, but I identify as whatever. You know, in other in other facets of life, identifying as something, and bringing people in to believe in that could actually have legal ramifications. I identify as a millionaire, and I start taking out loans from people who think that I'm a millionaire, and then they lose all their money. That's called a Ponzi scheme. But identifying whatever. Anyways, yeah, but that's a whole other topic. That's why I was raising my hand. We could talk about that, but that'll be a whole separate episode, right?
yeah.
I wasn't trying to cut you short or anything. That's why I was like,
Yeah,
no, not
no,
that
I
one,
get
not for
you.
this one.
I think if we just all as human beings, at least the people that are here, teach the young ones that there is no gender, different genders and identifications. Like it all starts with us right now. We're the parents. We need to teach our kids the right way, so that way the majority still goes. You know what I mean? So I know I'm teaching my
Sir,
kids. There's no you're
sir,
a male.
what is the right way?
The right
Yeah,
way is
what
if
if
you got a penis, you're a male. All right, simple as that.
Oh
You
my
can't. You're
God.
not a
Boys
female.
have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Exactly. And that I tell them that all the time. Tell them all the time.
We're, that's my favorite. That's like everybody like our ages who believe,
Yeah.
who
yeah,
are on this side of
the
the argument.
yeah.
Kindergarten
Yep.
cop.
That's what they taught us in
Boys have
school,
a
bro.
penis,
Sex,
girls have a
Boys have
vagina.
penises, girls have
sexual
vaginas.
organ identification.
That's it.
Very 90s, very 90s.
So, all
Oh
right. Well,
God.
now it's
Oh
my
God.
turn. We have a couple of different
Trigger.
ones here. I made sure I wrote them down. The first one I'm gonna go with was the first thing that came to my mind is physical cash. I think physical cash is going to be a thing of
Oh,
the past in 25 years. Everything right now is digital payments, pretty much. Bro, I don't honestly remember the last time I had cash until yesterday. My son gave me a $20 bill for me to buy him Roblox, and I'm just like, what do I do with this? Like, it's just sitting on my desk since yesterday because I don't know what to do with this. Everything I do is digital. So
give it to
um,
me. The currency rate would be like $1,000 at this point.
oh,
Just
like
give it
that.
to me.
So that's one thing I think, we signed my kids up for, which I told Steven about, and he said he was going to sign his kids up for. It's an app which I recommend everybody to use if you have kids. It's called Greenlight, where you set up chores for them and you could pay through the app weekly allowances plus bonuses for extra chores that they do. So you could say, hey, vacuuming up the whole upstairs is a bonus, right? You vacuum everywhere upstairs, we'll give you an extra $5 bonus on your weekly allowance. And
So it's
then,
just chores on the app
yeah, it's
instead
chores.
of writing it on a instead of writing it on a paper like how we grew up in the 90s. This is what you
It's
need to
on an
do.
app,
It's-
but it allows you to
Mm,
pay them digitally. They get a
okay.
digital debit card. A lot of companies, a lot of banks don't let kids have debit cards. This gives you
Yeah.
a debit card that they could use. And bro, we pay them through there, and they have their money when they want to buy something. They
Oh, that's
use
cool.
their debit card. Now
Just
my
like
kids
they
still
get like
have.
a pre-authorized card then.
Yeah,
That's I'm
exactly.
sorry, I'm
Yep.
just thinking of how the company would do something like that, right? Like
Yeah. So
offer cards that way.
and it's cool because, like I said, the cash that he has, this $20, is cash that I gave him probably a couple years ago, but he's never used because everything that he wants to spend on is all digital. So he's been saving this money for so long. Now that he has the app and everything is going digital, you know, That's why I feel that's way. And like I said, I gave it to Steven. Steven, I don't know if you signed up for that green light app yet.
No,
But
I didn't.
yeah, that thing is it's
Um,
amazing. It's cool.
to piggyback off of your statement though,
Yeah.
checks, physical checks.
Bro, I haven't seen a check in years.
That's not bad. Some people, I mean, some places you still have to
Do
write
they
your
still
rent
write
ledger.
checks?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, check
There
check
was a
check. I feel like if like our institutional banks are still here, checks are gonna be kind of like the gold will always be a standard. I feel like checks are there kind of because
But
it's going to
what do
them.
you write a check for though?
You write a check for anything, right? You write a check saying that you give permission to take money out of this bank account and either
I know
cash
what a
or
check
put it
is,
into
but I'm
another. Yeah,
asking
yeah.
what do you use it for though? Because personally, my like back in the days, you use it for like mortgage and stuff like that. Like my mortgage is digital, my payments are
Mhm.
digital, everything's digital. What would you use a check for? I'm kind of
Oh, like
confused.
today?
Yeah, like today, what do you use checks
I
for?
just I just feel like I've never used a check. And I grew up in like, the
Yeah, the
checkbook
check
era.
world.
But what I'm saying is as long as banks are around, they will accept it whether it is a popular form to use or not. I feel like it's the bank's thing, right? So I don't think that
Yeah,
they're just going to obsolete it. They'll always have it for someone who
I don't
may
think
be
checks are normal though today.
but you can still get them. They may not be normal for sure, right? Like a manual card. They're very rare. Still out there, still can be
Yeah.
used, still can be serviced. They're still accepted in places, right?
Uh,
It's just that there's just a smaller number. You know what
Nah,
I mean?
I'm not putting that up there, bro. Because we said what is normal today. Checks are not normal, so that doesn't count. That's a
No, I'm
stretch.
Yeah,
Come up with a
I
different one,
still write
Steven.
checks. I still write checks. I
What do
gotta
you
pay my
write a
rent with
check
checks,
to?
bro. All right, so all right, for my rent at the grocery store and a lot of businesses, they still have to write checks. Albeit QuickBooks does it
yeah.
for you, but you still put it through the printer and checks.
What?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh,
there's
that is.
yeah.
I've never
Yeah,
heard of that. That's crazy. So wait, your
yeah, bro.
mortgage or your rent, you have to pay in a check?
Bro, yeah, that shit's annoying as hell. I mean, I appreciate it sometimes because if the money ain't there, it gives me an extra 2-3 days to let that shit live. While I gather my assets, take my cash from over here, go deposit it. Or if I'm just feeling lazy and don't feel like going to the ATM, I know I'll be like, I deposited the check. I got 2 days before I gotta go deposit that cash. I get shit.
That's
So I
crazy.
appreciate that in that sense.
Okay.
And
Well,
that's what I'm
But
saying, that there will always be it won't okay, because the topic is that to me the topic like means that it's not a popular form, right? Still doesn't mean that like it still won't exist, right? Like cash will always be like I feel like cash will always be around whether people keep it for, you know, like a spectacle, like you get your first dollar in your business, whatever the case is, but like people will still use cash 25 years later. It still be rare like it is like now because it's just easier to
um,
all right.
do digitally, right? Because everyone's getting paid. It goes directly to their account. You can use your bank card. Now you can use your bank card as a credit card, right, for a while now. So they've given less reasons to take out cash, but there's still an ATM. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? Like
Okay.
we have all these other options, but there's still other options to access things that we've had before. So I think they'll trickle down into the very few in between, but even 25 years later, like it won't be obsolete. It's just that this is the new main form. Like it used to be cash and check, now it's digital. But you
All
can
right.
still use cash.
All right. That's fine.
I,
Is that your
I
next thing,
agree.
Steven, or is that just adding on to mine?
No, just
Okay.
to piggyback off that statement, that I feel a cash a cashless society or just trending that way is better, especially in like developing nations. I say like Dominican Republic, for example. I feel that they still have so much violent crime, and it's because cash is still widely available. Like you can rob somebody,
Mhm.
and if you get rid of that, I've always felt that it'll lower certain crimes blue collar crimes, which muggings, robberies, the same shit. But then you'll have white collar that they'll become hackers and shit. It's gonna happen just in a different form.
They'll just adapt. Yeah,
yeah.
they'll adapt. They'll adapt.
What's your next thing you got, Steven?
I was just gonna ask you too, Christian. Do you know how to drive? Do you know how to drive a manual?
Yeah, my first car was a manual. My first 3 cars were manual. It's actually this car is my most recent car, which I've had for the longest. Or this car and the car before that, my last 2 cars were automatic. But my first car was a Honda Civic. Second car, Scion TC. Third car was my Nissan Altima, which is an automatic, and then now the minivan. But I plan on going back to stick. My dream vehicle just went on the market. That's a subject for a different day, though. But we'll see if I get that. If I get it, it's 6 speed. So
DeLorean. Okay.
It's a
they just came back.
2002.
They remade it. They remade the DeLorean. I don't know if you guys heard about it.
We saw it. It's all right. But Steven, what else you got for us, brother? That is something that's normal today that won't be normal in 25 years.
Oh, we're wishful thinking was that we talked about was the 5-day work week. I hope that goes elsewhere.
That would be dope.
Yeah, but
the traditional 40-hour day work week needs to go.
No, I'm cool with the 40-hour work week, but just 4 days would be fine.
I thought about that. Man, I don't know if I want to work 10-hour days, 4 days straight.
That's straight to me.
Right. First off, I don't even work 8-hour days today. Luckily, with my job, being salary, I get what I need to get done.
Christian, you're incriminating yourself. Shut the hell up.
Listen, they know what's up. Yeah. My job knows what's up. Yeah. I get what I need to get done, and I do extra. So I don't want to hear it. But no, that's a good point. 5-day weeks. I mean, I think they're doing it already in certain countries, aren't they, Steven?
Not countries, but
4 day. Like the practice?
Yeah, they're starting already 4 days in like some countries. Yeah. I heard.
But I mean, like Spain and all those places, if I'm not mistaken, is it Spain or Italy, where they like take a break in like the middle of the day or everything's closed or something like that? Yeah, like there's certain places have already have like not like a kind of like a 4 day, but just providing more breaks, providing more things to help people who run businesses or like in society relax and be at ease, you know what I mean? So that would be great. Mm-hmm.
I apologize to cut you off. There's 20 countries that participate in a 4-day work week. Now it all depends on the businesses as well, it says, but these countries have started practicing it. So it goes Japan, Spain, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, Lithuania, Norway, Switzerland, Portugal, South Africa, UAE, Ireland, United Kingdom, Iceland, Belgium, Denmark, Scotland, Netherlands, and it says coming soon, Canada. So you guys are working on your way for a 4-day work week, bro.
Okay, but
it doesn't say how soon, but you're coming. Oh, in Finland. I don't know if I said Finland. Sorry.
I think you did, but my ass still gonna be at work because it's one of those jobs where I like 99% of my job I could do at home. It's just that 1%, and it's the crucial 1% that I have to be there.
Got you.
It's just that it's just that when we do things, you need to see it, so you have to be there. That's the only thing. But like,
but you can't do that 4 days out the week. And then another person's in there 4 days out the week. So like you work Monday through Thursday, then you got somebody working Friday through, whatever.
Well, we're only open Monday to Friday. So unless that person's gonna work just that day, then that would be great for me. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's the tricky part, right? Like it's what works for some isn't gonna work for all. So because I think we kind of did talk about this in another episode where we're like, if we're gonna do that, you need to hire more people to then overlap. But then we were like, oh, then the cost of living should go down if they're gonna hire more people, and that was a whole rigmarole, right? But yeah,
okay,
it's a matter of just at that point, like at my job, we have a 4-day work week for the newer employees. When we first adapted it, as with anything, it was a headache, and it's just a matter of you need to sit down and analyze your business and your needs,
Yeah.
and what are your days that you have the highest demand. In my case, I work in the service industry here. There isn't that much of a demand on a Monday for stuff versus a Friday at bars and stuff. So it was at first we started with the Monday through Thursday, and I found myself working a little bit too much on Fridays, and it's because all these other guys work on Monday, whereas Monday, you know, restaurants and stuff, and
Steven, hold on. Your cheap internet is cutting out on us.
Stuff. So
You're breaking up every other word. All I heard is you work Monday through Thursday and then something for Friday.
You too bougie for me. I'm surprised you don't speak broke internet. He first started off with 4 days of the week, I think, having the Monday off. But then Fridays they would work a lot harder, so they realized that it'd be easier if they're off on a day that they don't have that much production.
Okay. All right. Well, since he's frozen up there on us, we can't. I can't hear him or see him right now. I'm gonna jump into mine. This is the last one I'll do real quick. This is the one my wife brought up, which I thought was awesome because I actually didn't even think of this. She said traditional TV. The way we watch, she was like, think about it, babe. You don't even watch TV. You cut your cable off. Everything is streaming. She feels that everything is going to be based off streaming services now, and that the height of commercials are over. Like
I feel like
people don't want commercials.
I feel like that's now. Like I grew up where it was cable, but also I want to say when I was like 13, 14, we have Rogers. So all my Canadians that know about Rogers Cable, Rogers TV, we had Rogers On Demand, where it was like, and I'm sure you guys had like, with Dish, was it Dish? Is it Dish
Yeah,
TV?
Dish. Yep.
Dish, what's that other one? Stars? No. What's that other? You have another satellite one, but anywho, you would have a section, right, where it's just movies, where you're going through it'd be like the sports, the news, and you have the movies. But you know how like it would show you what movies they're playing, but they'd all be on different rotations, right? So they would put like the primetime movies that would be on, the Friday nights, the Saturdays, but then like Monday to Thursday, they're not putting the best movies on, and movies are on in the middle of the day. They're just, long 2-hour movies just to get you to the night. So Rogers created Rogers On Demand, where you could watch those movies that they have on their playlist that like you could see on regular cable viewing hours. You can watch what they have on your own at your own, on demand. And so that was what cable was offering. So now we went from that to other cable services offering that. Then with the internet getting more popular with YouTube, Netflix, because I think they were Redbox, right? And they've been, they really changed the game, but they've been in there for quite some time. And then once they moved their library fully digital, everybody already got accustomed to those kind of movie style networks anyways, from your cable companies offering those kind of packages. And then they just took off, and here we are. Right now we're at that part this year, or this timeline now, of the streaming wars, where you have HBO, Stars, for us, Crave, Stack TV, and they just put a bunch of different networks together, and now they're like on-demand shows for you, right? And so like before we only had like Netflix, but now we have Netflix, Hulu, like I said, and like the other ones now, right? Like we have options on what you want to watch, even the online libraries, you know what I mean? They have to keep up with. And then you have like your internet based TVs, right? The IPTVs. So cable has already been, for me, what your wife said is definitely right. But I feel that like that 25 years has already, like, we're already in it. You know what I mean? Like, unlike the other topics where we can still say money and, like, non-electric cars, right? Like there's
Yeah.
still companies still mass producing those things and all that kind of stuff. But I just felt like, because I grown up in that age of going from watching cable and remembering, Family Guy being on my network at like, 9 o'clock, 9:30, right? That's the time that we used to watch your show. I'll just watch it whenever. I'll watch it when I go eat some food. You know what I mean? Like when I make food, I'm gonna watch my shows then. Like we've been in that demand for a long time, and it's just full fledged, like
Oh
basic,
yeah,
like,
it's full fledged, dude. It's done. I'm
yeah.
telling you, in 25 years, be like, what was cable? That's what it's gonna
What
be
was
like.
cable? Yeah,
Yeah,
just a bunch of holes in the ground. They probably won't even dig up the old cables. They'll probably just leave them in the ground.
oh yeah, they're gonna leave them.
Yeah,
They'll leave them unless they're, I don't know. Nah, I think it'd just be too much money for them to.
yeah. To dig up all that old cable that's not fast, like that's it. Unless they switch it for fiber optic, or unless they find a way to like.
Yeah, unless they're switching them out and start changing, they'll
Mhm.
probably do that way. But I don't know. But anyways, guys, that was our topic for today. Let us know what you guys think. We'll love to hear from you guys of what you think that is something that's normal today that won't be normal in 25 years. That'll be definitely cool. We had some more, but we ran out of time. And of course, Steven's internet died out on him again. His $5 McDonald internet. But listen, we let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you. Email us at cutthecrap with 2 P's, 1 at gmail.com. So that's CUTTHECRAPP1 at gmail.com. Send us a message on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Discord. You can reach us all those places that Cut the Crap, or if you have our personal information, send it there as well. We do appreciate you guys for listening, like always, and watching now on YouTube. And you guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy daylight savings time, people.